Welcome back to Hoosier Homes and Hustles, the show where we guide you through the ins and outs of real estate. I'm Jessica Williams.
And I'm Stacy Preston, and we're both realtors with eXp Realty. Today we're diving into a topic that's very close to our hearts, helping first-time homebuyers navigate the exciting yet sometimes overwhelming process of buying their first home.
So before we jump into everything, I'd like to pose a question to our listeners, and that is, what do you think the first-time homebuyer age is? I want to give you a second to think about your answers, and we would love to hear about your guesses in the comments. So, drum roll. Stacy, what is the first-time homebuyer age?
So the average age for a first-time homebuyer in 2024 was 38 years old. Does that shock anyone?
I'm floored.
Yeah. I mean, I thought it might be late 20s, early 30s, but 38?
Yeah, I remember being 20 years old when I bought my first home.
Same. I was in my early 20s too.
I was 19, so this is a shocking statistic.
Right. So this really ties into our topic today because it's our goal to help first-time homebuyers get their first home and hopefully get this age down some, because time really matters in real estate. Where you build equity and wealth is really by holding on to that asset and acquiring it so it has time to appreciate. So tying into our topic today, we're so thrilled to have a special guest with us, Shar Brown from Union Home Mortgage, who's here to share some invaluable insights and tips with us for first-time homebuyers. Welcome, Shar. How about you tell us a little bit about yourself and how you're connected to real estate?
Thank you, Jessica and Stacy. I'm super excited to be here today and to help the viewers understand a little bit better about the home buying process. I've been in the mortgage business for 20 years, and I absolutely love my job. It's so rewarding to help people live out the all-American dream of owning a home, and I just feel very blessed to be a part of this industry. I am married to my best friend, David. We have 3 kids that are 22, 21, and 17. We also have 4 fur babies, 3 dogs, and a cat. And when I'm not writing loans, I'm on my boat, I'm working out, or volunteering in the women's ministry that I'm a part of.
That's awesome. Well, we're glad you're here with us today. Let's jump right in, Shar. What do you believe are some of the common misconceptions regarding getting a home loan?
Great question, Stacy. So a lot of people think that you have to have 20% down to buy a house. And that is so not true. There's so many down payment assistance programs out there. There's available grants that Union Home Mortgage offers. And you can put as low as 3% down, which most people do not know that.
It's a huge difference,
yeah.
20%.
Absolutely. Yeah. And a lot of people think that your credit must be perfect. And that's not the case either. We can go as low actually as 580, and a lot of people don't know that.
Wow.
People think that only income determines how much you can borrow, but it's based off of down payment, debt to income ratio, the loan type, the property value. Also, another issue that I feel like there's a lot more people that are self-employed now. And so they think that they don't even have the option to purchase a home either, just because they have so much ins and outs in the tax returns. And you can absolutely get a house being self-employed. And another myth is that the lowest rate is always the best deal. And so when someone brings me their estimate from another lender, I always tell them, make sure that you look at your closing costs or origination fees that they're charging you, because they're giving you a lower rate, but they might be charging you all this extra money. So
yeah, we see that a lot. You definitely have to read that fine print.
Definitely shop your lenders. It's very smart to do that.
Absolutely. And then a lot of people also think if you have bankruptcies or judgments or collections on your credit, that it just absolutely cancels you out from buying, and that's not the case either. So definitely ask questions. I think a lot of people just think that, they have to have the perfect credit and all this money down, and nothing on their credit report to buy. And that's just not the case.
Right. I usually encourage buyers to talk with the lender. I mean, even if they're a year or two out, because a lot of times the lender can tell them exactly what they might need to do on the credit or with the debt, like what to pay off first or what might improve the credit score some. So I feel like if you're even wondering, could I buy a house? Go ahead and have that first lender appointment and find out, and they'll help give you a plan to get you on the track to purchasing a home.
Well, thanks, Shar. Appreciate that. So, given that we're recording this in January, how does the start of a new year influence borrowing? And do you see a specific time where maybe you're seeing mortgage applications tick up?
So, yeah, the new year often brings a sense of renewal and positive intentions, and many people set goals to become a homeowner at the beginning of the year. Um, so, this is like people think, oh, this isn't a good time to buy. The rates are higher, it's low inventory, but actually, it's winter time, so no one's out looking at houses right now, to be honest with you. So you have such a better advantage of finding something without having to deal with all that competition.
Right.
Well, and the sellers out there right now might be assuming if I have buyers out there when it's 0 degrees out
They're
and
serious.
6 inches of snow,
Yeah.
yeah, they're serious
Yeah.
buyers.
Yeah. And I feel like, you have more negotiating power right now that the seller's probably willing to help you with your closing costs because they think right now their house is just going to sit on the market. So I feel like this is actually a great time to buy because come March and springtime, when it starts warming up, you're going to have more competition out there. And with the low inventory, you might not find anything. So I always tell people it's always a great time to buy. You cannot time the market.
Right.
It's not about timing the market, it's about time in the market.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. So, Shar, what are some key points about getting pre approved before you start looking at homes?
Yeah. So ideally, a buyer should get pre approved for a mortgage several weeks or even a few months before they actively start looking for a home. That way, it lets your agent know what your budget is and what purchase price you should be looking at. And also, you want to run some numbers with your lender to make sure that that is a comfortable payment for you. So, and not only that, it strengthens your offer if you decide to write one. The seller knows that you're serious, that you've got your, finances and set up. It helps set a realistic budget. And it's just a faster process of being pre approved already because your lender has pretty much all of your documentation. It just shows everyone that you're serious. And most agents, they don't want to show you houses unless you are pre approved because they don't know what price range they should be showing you. So,
They should be
Yeah.
setting those proper expectations with their buyers on making sure they're not showing them a home that they can't even afford, wasting the seller's time, their
Yeah.
time, and even the buyer's time.
I would say most agents that do this full time are not going to take a buyer out to look if they don't have a pre approval. It's a lot of times, I mean, if they look at the house and want to make an offer and they've not even started that process, that can take a few days, sometimes longer, depending on what comes up on credit. So by that point, the house could be sold. You've just wasted everybody's time. This wasting the seller's time. I mean, I've even seen in notes on in our showing system, like they don't want a showing if the person is pre-approved. I mean, it's especially if they're living in the home, like that, what a waste of their time. So yeah, I think most agents are gonna direct their buyer that way anyways first. So
So, with the current market conditions, what advice would you give first time home buyers to make their offers stand out?
definitely working with a knowledgeable real estate agent is key. They can help you craft a strong offer.
So
Great advice.
that is good advice. I would also like to say that if it's a competitive environment, the realtor and lender working together to really present that offer in a positive light. I know I've won some offers because my lender called the listing agent and told them, I'm very confident in this. I have all of the documents I need. And that really can help too. So I always try to use that if I know we're in a competitive environment and the person is like ready to go. So
I also think the listing agent really pays attention to who the lender is as well.
yes.
If they've
Um,
had bad experience in the past, they might be a little bit more timid to accept an offer.
yes, definitely. So I think it's very important to do your research and to talk to several lenders before you decide who you want to work with.
Right. I mean, I like to use lenders that are here locally, and clearly Shar is. She's sitting with us today. So we're using her as our lender, and something comes up, I can get a hold of her. I'm not calling a call center at some mega bank to get help. So, and listing agents know that too. They want to know they can get a hold of that lender. So I think it's important when you're picking a lender to think about those things.
So I think the question we get asked the most is now a good time to buy? I'm sure we've all heard this. I'm sure we all have our responses, but Shar, let's start with you. What would you say to that when you get asked that?
It's always a good time to buy real estate. Like I said before, it's an investment. And if it makes sense for you financially, you should go for it. And you can't just sit around and try to time the market like we talked about as well. Owning a home provides stability. And I tell my clients every time you make a mortgage payment, it's like putting money in a savings account. So you're building equity. And this probably won't be your forever home. So it's preparing you to build money for your next home.
Yeah, the way you're going to buy that dream home is with the home that first time home buyer home. That's
That's
going to
right.
get you on the path to be able to trade up down the road. So, for those first time home buyers watching right now who are eager to learn more, we have some exciting news to share.
That's right, Stacy. Mark your calendars. We're hosting a first-time homebuyer seminar this February.
It's going to be a fantastic opportunity to meet Jessica, Shar, and I, and to get in depth knowledge, ask questions, and feel more confident about the home buying process.
And space will be limited, so we do ask that you register, and we'll drop that registration link in the show notes.
We can't wait to see you there and help you on your journey to home ownership.
Thank you again, Shar, for being here and sharing your expertise on the lending side of things. If folks want to reach out to you, what's the best way for them to do that?
Yeah, so you can find me on Instagram at mortgage underscore with underscore Shar, or you can call or text me. And believe my information is going to be
Right.
shared.
Yes.
And also, my website is uhm.com/Charlene, SHARLENEB. That's where you would apply as well.
Yeah, so we'll have all of that listed in the show notes. They can connect with you there. That's it for today's episode of Hoosier Homes and Hustles. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Let's hustle smarter together.
We'll see you next time.